Welcome to the Toke&Trans. What do I say? Welcome to the Toke&Trans podcast, where we talk life, love, and getting high. Grab a J and join us. We do not condone the consumption of illicit activities with anyone under the age of 21.
What's up?
Politic, we're gone.
Welcome to the Toke&Trans podcast.
How's it going, everyone? Me and Bo were just, pre-gaming, getting ready for this wonderful episode. How you feeling today, Bo, on this wonderful day?
I'm super stoned right now.
Stoned and happy to be here. Beautiful. If you're listening, grab your J. Make sure you're joining us. If you're not a partaker, bring some water. We like to stay hydrated. We even have our drinks because, we like to be prepared.
I want to talk about the strains that I'm smoking today, though, because we just went to the dispensary and I got these carts because they were on sale and it came with a free rainbow pen when you got these carts. And I wanted to just be a little festive, and they had these cute little strains on there. So I got two different kinds. I got, what's this one? Rainbow Belts.
Oh.
And I also got a strain called Strainbow.
Okay, that's freaking genius.
So
Wow.
right now I'm smoking Strainbow.
What a like supportive cannabis place. I imagine most are.
Yeah, they gotta be.
That's
gotta
freaking
be.
amazing. I love those.
So happy Pride.
I don't know which strain I'm smoking. Who knows what's going on? I can't think straight, really. I'm my pre-op appointment. I'm getting top surgery in 4 days.
In 4 days, yeah.
4 days, yeah. We're filming about the pre-op appointment right now, and my brain is just it's so full. I had to write notes about it because I knew that my brain is going to be thinking about the next few days. Yeah, I can't believe it's real life.
Yeah. I'm so glad you're feeling everything that I felt.
I was wondering because you were I knew you. I remembered you not being able to think away from it, and now I'm in the exact same spot.
Yeah, and it was just yesterday. You were like, "It's good. I just got to keep myself busy," and then it was today. A switch flipped. You were like, "Fuck."
Okay, this is really happening. No one's canceling. I'm not getting any emails saying that insurance is wrong. Nothing. Oh, wait a second. This is really gonna happen. Okay.
Yep, it's real life.
Yeah, it's real. So I figured we might as well record it all, make sure we're documenting the whole thing. So we already filmed my consult, and this time I have a little more information to share about my actual pre-op appointment. So you have your consult, you got your pre-op appointment, and then you have the day of surgery. My pre-op appointment, usually my pre-op appointment was a couple of weeks ago. My brain, I didn't write that part down, so it was a couple of weeks ago, and it's 4 hours away. So me and Kayla had to do quite the little drive of 3 hours. And so we took that whole drive to just plan my thoughts, plan how I was feeling, really start to process this, I tell Kayla what my questions were. So when in the moment I'm I have no questions, and she's like, you have 7. I'm like, okay, cool. Because that's usually what happens.
That's such a good idea, dude. And I wish I did that, because that was me. I was like, no questions. I was honestly smooth brain. I couldn't even fathom a question.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it. That was a very good move. And I love Kayla.
And I freaking love Kayla too. So, and I loved that she came with me to this appointment too, because when I'm relaying this information to you, of course, I'm I have, there's my interpretation, and sometimes I can my anxiety may make it feel like it's worse than it really is. So having Kayla there is an objective third person. She has anxiety, but manages it way better than me. And so she's helpful for another perspective, and being there, and she's just the bomb. And so we got there early, and probably 30 minutes early. And so we stayed in the car until 15 minutes
Mhm.
before, and that's a big hack because usually like if you get there even an hour early, you're like, we'll go in at 30 minutes early. But like if I were to do that, I would like sitting in the waiting room for longer. So I was like planning specifically when we were gonna go in and all those things. So we went in, and the place is really like, I'm seeing Dr. Eric Emerson in North Carolina. So
Mhm.
he's and his office is very like bougie, expensive decor, there's not really
Yeah.
like a lot of like gender affirming things around. It just looks like a
Oh,
plastic
okay.
surgery kind of place.
Ah, yeah. Mm.
So it wasn't like in a gender affirming department or anything. Um, and the last visit, I remembered how the two nurses that I was being seen by, or like taking my vitals and all those things, were kind of like, I don't know, kind of cold. Like I don't know, like they were just like extremely quiet. And normally I would think like that I was just overthinking, like I was just, maybe they're having a rough day, or maybe I'm just anxious and it's worse. I'm making it worse than it is in my own brain. But
Right.
Kayla had noticed that they were really, really silent last time. And this time I was curious, is this going to be the same? It was the same two nurses, and they were kind of the same attitude. So I immediately was like really, really anxious. It was completely silent unless it was just like raise your arm so they could put the pressure machine on. And then it
Uh,
was completely silent for 30 seconds, and then completely
uh,
couldn't talk to me. And so I was like, I looked at Kayla, and I could tell that Kayla was kind of like finding it a little strange. And so I was like, okay, I'll break the ice. Like obviously this could be awkward. Maybe they've never met a trans person. So I was like, hi, I said, hi, are you guys busy today, or how's it going? And one of them said, no, not at all. And that's all they would say. And I was like, okay, so this is a little strange. Like, can't we?
what?
Yeah, it was really, really kind of yeah, just strange. So after
Hmm.
they left the room, they were like, okay, the doc's gonna be in soon. And I was like, okay. So we both like waited for him to come in, and he opened the door, and he was just like, do you have any questions? And in my brain, I was like refraining from saying like, you haven't said anything. But and of course I'm like, no, I don't have any questions. And
Yeah.
he was like, all right, so I'll see you the day of surgery, and I'll see you right before the surgery, and we'll mark your chest, and yeah, and then we'll be good to go. Is there any, you don't have any questions or anything? And I asked him about like when my next appointment would be, and like he said like 7 days after the morning after.
Hmm.
um and and he's like, okay, we'll get you out of here, I guess I'll see you then. Like it took a total of like less than 15 minutes once we got back there,
Yeah.
so fast. And then the one of the nurses came back in and gave me a piece of paper and was like
Hmm.
checking me out before I left the room. And the paper on it said, I just glanced at it, and it said female. And my gender, my license, when I first got there, they scan everything in, and my license and all my legal paperwork on my gender marker has been changed to male already on everything. My birth
Yeah.
certificate, my social security card, everything.
Right.
So I was like looking at it, and I was like, oh my God, like, of course, this is the place that I have to say this is wrong. Like, I'm not, like, I ain't doing this. Just that's where I draw the line. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I looked
Yeah.
at Kayla, and Kayla looked at me, and I was looking at the paper, and she was like kind of confused, like, what's wrong on the paper? What could be? And they left the room. And when they left the room, I told Kayla that it said it, and she was like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to, yeah, tell him, like, tell him if you want to tell him. So when they came
Yeah.
back in, I was like, it looks like you guys made a mistake on the paper. And they looked at it, and they were like, oh, we unfortunately we have to go by what's on your driver's license. And I was like, yeah, I'm aware of that, and on my driver's license it says male. And they and
Yeah.
she was like, oh, okay, let me see, let me go get that fixed. And she left the room and got it reprinted, and then came back. And so I was
Mm.
like, that sucks. Like, that was like the one place, because it's so deadly silent. And those two nurses, I had to
Yeah.
tell those two nurses, like, when they already know what's going on here. Yeah, so that was really strange. And we left, and I had immediately had an appointment like an hour after at the actual hospital.
Mhm.
So I like met with, I guess they had a separate office for, their practice and then the actual hospital it happens at. Um,
Right.
and then, so I went there to have that appointment, and it was really way different. It was totally different. It was super positive. Everyone was super, it was like a regular hospital. Some people are just hustling around, and some people are laughing in the corner. Just like a normal and like hospital environment, which I was
Mhm.
for once thankful for. And when I went back, the one lady was like super chill. There was the main lady and then like a nurse that was like training under her, or like a doctor in training or whatever. And
Mhm.
they were both like super positive and super happy and stuff. And we were going through what the surgery would be like, and what to expect for recovery, or just like the quick version, the speedy through version. And here's my paperwork to read through for sure, all the
Right.
details. And I
Mhm.
freaking look down and it says female. And I'm like,
What the
awesome.
shit?
Yes, because they transferred all my shit from the original place when they
Oh
created
my
my
fucking
paper.
god.
So I was like, man, come on. So I looked down and I was like, I'm really sorry. Like, this is wrong. This is, it's supposed to be male, like the other place. And they were like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me get that fixed for you. So they came back, fixed it. And the whole time they were like talking so positive and like just being totally normal in our appointment. It was such a relief compared to the previous appointment. And
Mm.
they were like, you got to check out Tony's ice cream. Make sure you swing by, and like she like wrote it on a note and handed it to us to make sure we went together. And
That's so sweet.
was
Yeah, see that other place, their bedside manner. They didn't
yeah,
give you anything, which is fucking ridiculous. You're about to have a major surgery.
Mhm.
That's not
Yeah,
professional at all. And I really hope after the end of this that you send a letter
yeah.
or an email about that, because that's just not comforting
No,
at
no.
all.
I did see another nurse, a third nurse. I didn't see them either time, but did see them call older lady back for her appointment, and they were totally normal. Like, hey, how's it going? Like, how was your day? How was your drive? Like, blah blah blah. Just being totally. But so I got the those two same nurses twice, and I don't know if it was just like them two, and like that other nurse would have been fine. I don't really know, but yeah,
Yeah.
it
Mm.
yeah, so I'm keeping a real close eye on that. I'll also have my post-op appointment at his practice and things. So I definitely going to keep a close eye and see how it goes. I'm gonna obviously give a full honest review. Like I'm not gonna like if you guys are gonna go somewhere, I want you to know what it's gonna be like if you do go.
Yeah.
Like for me, this was the best place for me, how close it was and the results and things. But I definitely would want people to know what to expect. And like you said, I definitely do plan on like writing something to like write in and be like, hey, like this is kind of concerning. Make sure I need,
Right.
you guys should probably check into this. And I found them on topsurgery.net, I think it was. And
Mhm.
he had like some like qualifications, like gender, like he was a part of some transgender affirming group or something, like some certification that looked like queer positive.
Mhm.
Um, and that's what I had taken for his LGBTQ friendliness.
Mhm.
He didn't have I don't I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure he didn't have anything on his like public website about
Mhm.
like like a transgender like drop down or any kind of like flags or anything like that. So I don't know. I definitely think there needs to be some room for improvement in that
Yeah.
space. And
Definitely.
as much as I would love to just jump on here and be like, yeah, this is perfect, like everything's going, like there's definitely been some weirdness, and I want to make sure. I mean, we're both going to be keeping a close eye on it. But I mean,
Well.
I haven't got any weirdness from the actual doctor.
Mhm.
He was really matter of fact, quick to the point. Like he saw my chest and was like, "This is a very straightforward surgery to him." So
Yeah.
he's been very sure. He showed me a book of results that weren't on his website as well, and he wasn't weird about
Mhm.
anything. Um, so I mean, I haven't had any weirdness from the actual
That's awesome.
surgeon, which is
Yeah. That was
important.
very similar to my experience too, though. When I had to go, like, my pre-op appointment was with a totally different section of the hospital, not the gender affirming one,
Mhm.
and they dead named me to a whole waiting room. instead of reading the paper where it clearly said to call me Beau.
It already said it on there.
And on my bracelet, it said that as well. So
Yeah.
after that, I wrote an email to the gender affirming section and told them what had happened. And then they replied to me and assured me that there was training involved and they will initiate training again.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, that's good. But they're
right.
I hope to get the same. That's my goal, is to get the same. And the sex thing,
so.
I feel like what possibly could have happened. I don't know the legalities of like North Carolina, but maybe they don't have. Well, maybe they don't have the like legality option for people to choose, like to be able to apply to change that in the state of North Carolina. But because I was out of state, they didn't know I was out of state. So they probably, like, this is the only thing I could think of is like, they assume FTM and was like, oh, you know, that's not, we have to go by what your license says, because your license is going to be the sex.
Right. Because
So,
it's not legal to change it there. So
yeah, but I'm from out of town and I was born not even in Tennessee. So I got a little loophole working with me because I was born in New York, but they were just assuming that, sorry, like that doesn't work here. Sorry, it's not going to apply. I'm like, the fuck it is. Look at my license. And I shouldn't even have to show my license for that to be. Yeah, it was a weird experience. So I'm trying to, I'm gonna be keeping a close eye on it for sure.
Yeah. But I'm glad that your surgeon seems very confident. That's good. That's very key.
Yes.
The pre-op appointment doesn't take long. It didn't take long. Did they is this the one where they took your measurements?
No,
that was your consultation?
Yeah. That was my actual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He just did like a across my chest and down and diagonal. And then grabbed my nipple real fast, and that was it. I was like,
so,
all right, bro.
Is there anything that you're like worried about?
Yes, I'm worried. It's funny because yesterday I was talking with you, and I was really concerned about my like my nipple size, placement, direction facing, all those things, and that was something I was concerned about, because you know, you can all like, I'm not going to be awake to be like, hey, I think it should probably, you know, like that looks strange, or like I would prefer this or whatever. And obviously it's like their art form, it's like what they do, but it's hard to not be in control exactly and know exactly where my nipples are gonna go or how big they're going to be. Like right now, my nipples like are the exact size of a quarter, maybe a little barely smaller. So
you have perfect boy nipples.
I honestly, I like my nipples. I want to be able
they're perfect.
I want to keep them about the same size. So like, those are the kinds of things that I haven't like talked to him about yet. And I'm sure he'll, you know, he'll reassure me and things, but I was talking to you about it and how like it could be smaller if they're like not, if I'm just not happy with them. And you're like, bro, like tattooing your nipples is a thing. And I'm like, no, I know you know, pigmentation wise, if the pigmentation doesn't come back, and you're like, no, like if it's a different size, like if it's a weird shape, or if it's like, if it's too big or too small, like they can use the white ink and I'm like, that really reassured me a lot last night, because that does give me the customization I want. If I do want, like I tattoo the shit out of, I have all kinds of tattoos. So I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I could see that.
Yeah.
That was
I'm gonna get eventually my nipples tattooed to heart shaped.
Oh my God, that's so cute. I've seen that before.
It's so cute. I love it.
Yeah, I saw it online on Instagram. Yeah, no, before I was also a little worried about like wearing trans tape up to my surgery. And then he had mentioned like not to wear it for the 2 weeks before. Like, so it gives my skin a break. I don't break out because I have an acne. So like complete, that way the whole area will be like ready to go.
Right on.
So the last week, 2 weeks, I haven't like been binding. So that's been a little strange. And then last night I was also, you know, my brain is just spinning. So I'm like, oh, I have to wear a binder too. And so I'm thinking about like my binder days, which were like over 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago is the last time I wore a binder.
Yeah.
And so, because I only used trans tape, even if I was snugger with a binder, I still use trans tape just because of the feeling. So my binder that I got for my post-op binder, I don't know if I'm getting one from the guy, but I got one anyways online. And
It was the same one that I got, wasn't it?
yeah, I got the exact one that you got. And so I'm like, I went to take it out and I was like, oh no, I'll deal with that when I have to. And Kayla's like kind of looked at me because I was taking everything that I got out. I got a bidet, I got
bro.
a freaking like the grabbers, I got a neck
Yes.
pillow. Beau had
yes.
given Kayla a couple things that we could use, and just a bunch of different
the big body pillow.
Yes, the big body pillow. It was perfect. And so there's so many like little things that I was like breaking open and looking at, taking all the tags off. And that one was like completely wrapped. And I was like, oh, I'll use that later. And Kayla's like, you should at least open it. And I'm like, okay, I guess you're right. So I took it out and I put it on because I was like, okay, this is good practice. Just try to put it on. And
was that hard?
It was fine. It was hard. For me, I can be triggered by binders. I can sometimes.
Yeah, me too. Like it's fucking oppressive.
Like a long sports bra sometimes can make me feel. I was very affirmed by them for many years before trans state, but for me now, that's just how it feels. So I let myself sit in it for 15, 20 seconds. Was like, all right, we'll take this off. And I'm trying to think of it more like, like it's supposed to be like a medical device, like it doesn't have to be, it's not a sports bra. You know what I mean? In my brain, that's what my brain's telling me. So I'm trying to prepare my brain for that side of things. It's a
post-op compression garment.
Exactly. That's what it is. And it's also going to fit me. That's why I almost wasn't going to try it on, because it's going to fit me so differently when they're not there. So I really don't even know if the thing's going to fit, but we'll see. We shall see. So that was definitely the next one that I was super stressed and thinking about, was that binder, having to think about going back to the binder.
The binder is not fun. I did not like it, especially.
What were the wearing rules for your binder after, immediately after you got home from surgery and on?
Okay, yeah. So right when I got back from surgery, I had drains. You're also not having drains.
I'm not having drains. That's true.
Right. So I had drains, and I was wrapped in a bunch of padding and gauze. They told me to leave that padding and gauze alone until my post-op appointment 7 days after surgery. That was when my drains came out, my bandages came off.
And the binder never came off.
No, I wasn't wearing a binder because I was wrapped with gauze and padding and nipple bolsters and all that stuff. So I didn't need a binder because I got sent home, and the bandages they wanted me to keep on for a week.
Okay, that's good to know.
Right. So I was in those bandages for a week, and then my post-op appointment, they took out all the stitches and my drains and the nipple bolsters. Took out all the stitches around my nipples
after surgery.
7 days after surgery, as long as there's no fluid built up. Yeah. Right. And I was decreasing fluid the whole time because I had drains. I don't know what the deal is with non-drain top surgery that way. But
I think it's supposed to absorb. From what I've read, it's supposed to absorb into the body.
Mm-hmm.
Just like after your drains came out, like your body processed. I guess. I don't know. That's what I've read. I am not even close to a doctor, so I'm just telling you what I read online.
That's definitely what it is.
Yeah.
And the drains, I guess, just make it faster so you're not absorbing so much. And it also reduces the risk of hematomas. So, and seroma. Hematoma and seroma. Yeah. So,
after your post-op, after your 7-day appointment, that's when you put the binder on.
Yes, the binder was 24/7 for 24/7 for 2 weeks, and then the next week.
Wait, so never came off in those 2 weeks?
Not except for showering.
Showering. Okay, so it came off when you showered.
Yeah, and she was the PA. My surgeon's PA, Sonia, was really sweet, and she was like, it's okay if you keep it off for an hour.
Yeah.
Because I was like, when I take it off, I just want to, like, shower time is the best time because...
I remember you texting me every time you took a shower, and you were like, it's shower time with new pictures.
Time.
And I was like,
yes, a new mirror picture. Yeah, exactly. Shower time was great, and I hated getting back in that fucking binder, and I cried about it a lot because, like you said, wearing a binder can be triggering, and especially when you can't breathe very well.
Right.
And during recovery, I had to take medicine that kind of triggered my asthma and just made it really difficult.
Yeah.
And to be comfortable at all, and then to also have a binder. So
right.
That sucked. But then eventually it was I could wear the binder either all day or all night.
Right.
And
after a couple weeks.
I chose right after a couple weeks. I chose all night because, like, I want to see it. I want to have my day, like right. But then sleeping with the binder on and asthma gets worse at night, and it's just it was just rough.
Yeah. Yeah, and you stayed on the couch. You slept on the couch.
Yeah, I slept on the couch because if I slept on the bed, I would roll over.
Yeah.
And you have to stay on your back.
Yeah.
You can't even stay on your side. You have to stay on your back until they clear you. Because otherwise, your skin is still healing. And if you're laying like this for 6 hours, then you're going to get all lopsided.
Yeah, I could lean over. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to do in the bed either because I'm also a belly sleeper. Sometimes I can get away with sleeping on my side, but usually, I don't know why my hands go numb if I sleep on my side, like my elbows are in weird positions. My hands.
Oh yeah.
So I've always been a belly sleeper. So that's this. I'm definitely also concerned about the sleep thing. I do have medicine. I take like medicine for my mental health. That makes me like tired when I fall. Like it makes me go to sleep within an hour. Like or else. So right. I am thankful that I have that in the sense of like that'll at least help me get to sleep for like an hour, maybe, a couple hours. Hopefully.
Did you double check? If you didn't, you should double check with them to make sure that you can still take that while you're taking the painkillers that you're going to be on.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did get my prescription for the painkiller, but but they didn't. I haven't.
Yeah, write down all your meds that you take now and the milligrams that you take them. Right. Write it down and then hand it to them and say, like, these are my daily meds. Like, what can I not take?
Yeah, I did.
Or bring like, do I have to wait so many? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
But I will specifically ask too. They said to still even the morning of to take my medicine because it's like a mood stabilizer. So they said with like barely a sip of water.
That was the fucking worst.
Yeah, because you're thirsty and hungry.
Yeah, I was thirsty and hungry. I was getting a migraine. I was so thirsty and and I was so hungry. And my surgery, they told me to get there at 11:30. I didn't go in until like 1. And then I sat around back there for like another 2 hours until the surgeon actually came by and drew on me. And I was just anxious. I had a migraine. I was shaking like a leaf, not because I was cold, but because I was anxious. And then people would come in and bring me blankets, and I didn't want to be like, oh no thanks, I don't need that, go take it back from where you got it, you busy person, you know. So I just put it on me and I'm sweating. And I'm like, I'm anxious, give me anxiety meds. And they're like, you gotta sign papers. And I'm like, can I have the papers? And they're like, soon. But soon is like a half an hour from now.
Be all hangry. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I'll have to prepare for that too. I'm very strict about my food schedule. I don't know if it's because I smoke regularly and my munchies I have to keep under control or what the
Yeah.
deal is, but I'm like very strict about like my breakfast, my lunch, my snack, my dinner, my snack, my dessert. That's how it goes. And it
Yeah.
stays that way. And so that's definitely gonna throw I'm gonna have to be a little hangry. So I'm preparing for a little hangry for sure.
If they give you the like loopy medicine right before they wheel you off, man, it was worth it. I signed the paper and I was like,
Let's go.
"Yay, where's I'm anxious? Hello."
Hello, hi, I'm anxious.
And then the sweetest nurse came in and gave it to me, and I was like, "Am I gonna feel this right away?" And he was like, "Oh, honey, yes."
Don't you worry about this. In your IV.
And yeah, straight into my they already did a direct line for me, so they put it right in, and then as soon as they put it in, they started wheeling me out, and as soon as the curtains parted, and I was out in the middle of this busy area where all these nurses are working on computers and there's patients, I said, "Whoa, did it free!"
You did?
I did!
Because the edibles were dropping?
Because the fucking whatever they fucking...
It was dropping.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I should have said edibles, but because we always... I meant like the juice was dropping.
Yeah, the juice dropped. The bean kicked in.
Oh my God. That's whoa.
They were wheeling me off. I said, "Woo! Titty free! 2023!"
Ooh. Oh, yes, sir.
I remember that later. Much later.
It came back much later.
Yeah, it came back, and yeah, it was just great. Yeah. And everybody was laughing.
I bet they were laughing. That would have been a wonderful day as a nurse. Like what a I bet that just brightened their day.
Yeah, I hope it did.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was a day. I can't fucking wait, dude. It's 4 days away, bro. And you're leaving for your Airbnb in 3 days.
Yes. So we're doing the night before and the night of surgery, and then I'll be coming home. So I'm excited to check out the Airbnb, get it all settled, make sure I know where everything is. But yeah, no, I'm just my brain is just all over the place. I'm just nervous. I just want to make sure that I got all my things and got all my like everything planned. I've already got my work settled, to take a week off. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be really fun. I plan to keep you guys totally up to date with everything.
Yeah, you fucking better.
Yeah, that's
I say that being the one that was completely out of contact for the entire 6 hours.
Literally, I couldn't get a hold of Bo. I couldn't get a hold of his mom, him, and so I meant eventually message his mom to get a hold of him. But no, Kayla will be updating people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Kayla, I have Kayla's contact, so
yes, yes, exactly. Yeah, it'll just be me and her going down. It'll be.
Is Nana gonna watch the dogs?
Kayla's mom is our house sitter. Yeah, so she watch the dogs, keeps the house running good behind the scenes, and but yeah, she's gonna come for like 2 nights, and then yeah, we'll be gone, and I'll just be trying. Hopefully, I don't get sick. I really don't want to get sick. I don't know how to like because when you came home, they were like, "Oh, have some soup," but you got sick anyway. So, am I just gonna get sick no matter what happens, you think?
You might just get sick no matter what because the anesthesia.
Yeah.
It just happens. But if it's going to happen, it's going to happen the first night, when you come home.
Right.
So
when I go back, yeah, I see. The night of surgery.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you'll be fine by the next day. Yeah, eat something that you're okay with throwing up. Just eat, because sometimes, the pukes are bad. But I will let you know that I had tomato soup and grilled cheese, and that wasn't bad coming up.
Hey, that's good to know, and I appreciate that right there. We are sticking together. We are sharing all of the tips, everything that happens.
And you know, Aaron, just because you come and you're like, I feel great, I feel fine, I'm not gonna throw up. Don't even hand me that nausea bag, nurse. I feel just fine. And you'll be fine, and you'll go home and you'll be fine, and you'll be like, oh, I'm hungry. There's no way that I'm sick. And then you'll eat and you'll be fine. And then you're like, oh, fuck, take me to the toilet right now.
Big mistake.
Yeah. So yeah, just keep a trash can, a barf bucket, nearby.
Did you? So I saw on a lot of top surgery lists they had like gauze and like cleaning things. Like so, like what should like am I gonna be cleaning the incisions? Like what is this gonna be like?
So if it's anything like mine, for the first 7 days, you're gonna be
Completely
under bandages with the instruction not to touch them at all.
Let's see. Okay.
Because if not even trying to take a peek, don't do it, because some things are stitched to things and to the gauze.
Yeah.
And to the bandages, like your nipple bolsters are stitched into your skin. Right. So if you move anything, you might pull something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Leave it the fuck alone. And they will take it off of you.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And what was the question?
No, I have another question. Next question.
Okay.
What about bathing?
Bathing, no bath for the first week. You can do like a hobo bath, but you can't get those bandages wet.
Oh no. What do you mean hobo bath? Like just like belly button down?
Yeah, if you need to get your business or your armpits, as long as you're not getting that.
Yeah.
I'm
thinking like sitting in the bath, like waist down. No.
Just a lot of that is movement with your arms. Can you get in and out of the bath without using your arms? No. I don't think you can. Right. Especially not with 2 brand new incisions on you. So if you're gonna, and even to get your armpits, you have to raise your arms. Right. So if Kayla will be washing your armpits if you need it.
Right.
And
yeah, I see.
You can get your groin and your butt, if you can reach, or Kayla will have to do it.
Right.
Tim washed me.
Oh.
I couldn't reach to get my butt.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah. So Tim washed my armpits, and I was pretty gross, but they understand.
Yeah, definitely. And then after you got it off, and you had after the 7 days, and they took it off.
After the 7 days, then it's binder 24/7. They give you zero form gauze, which is this. It's the same stuff, the same yellow stuff that your nipple bolsters were sewn onto you. So it's just, but instead of it being the round ones, because they use padding and stuff to keep pressure on it. It's just the flat zero form, and it's yellow and goopy because the yellow goop is the antibiotic. And you'll have to keep those on your nipples 24/7 for like 1 or 2 weeks or whatever, however long they say.
Yeah.
And then you taper down, I think.
So what do showers look like?
After you get cleared for showers, you
which is after they unwrap everything, right?
Yes.
I'm challenging your memory, but
this is good because you're making me remember again. After your 7-day appointment and your binder 24/7 with zero form on your nipples, you have to shower once a day. But do not wash. You're not washing your chest.
Yeah.
You're washing everything else and letting water run down it.
Run down your chest?
Water run down your chest. Just not directly. The hose isn't going directly onto your nipple or to your incision. We don't want any water pressure on your brand new designer nipple.
Yeah.
It could go on the skin, but we want the water to fall down. Onto the nipple.
Most likely, like back to the shower then.
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I'm not risking it.
Yeah, no, don't look.
Yeah. And also just standing there with your back to the shower, just looking down. It's really cool.
Looks pretty good.
It looks pretty good.
I mean, come on.
I'm like, my nipples are black and scabby and I can't feel any of this, but this looks great.
I love it.
Yeah. So showers are great. Yeah, because then that's the only time you can take off your binder. And so I try to make showers that are like extra long. I'm like, well, I gotta do my skincare and like
I've got a 7-step routine for my hair.
Yes.
Yes, I love that. I have to be careful. Okay, I'm feeling more prepared. I'm feeling more prepared.
Yeah. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. We actually have a friend in the area that we went to middle school with. Kayla and I both went to middle school together for 6 months in 8th grade. And we had a friend that was a mutual friend. And she was actually also on my softball team. And she reached out to me when she saw that I was getting top surgery in North Carolina and was like, we're like 30 minutes from there. Let's go out. Like, can we buy you guys a drink? And I guess her and her fiance like wanted to go out and have a drink with us. So we might have a drink with them the day before. We'll have to see what the schedule looks like. So that might be pretty fun.
I don't think you can have any alcohol.
I don't drink. So
yeah.
I'm not a drink. Yeah, I don't, but they can buy me a soda, but yeah, I don't drink beer but I appreciate that clarification because someone that's listening might have thought that.
Yeah. Right. Haha. Thank you for turning it in a way that I don't sound like an idiot.
No, I don't think you're an idiot at all. Most people would assume the same thing because I just don't drink with my medicine, but I make up for it in marijuana. You guys all know that.
Hell yeah, bro. I'll hit to that.
Yes. So also, day before surgery, no THC.
Right. Correct.
So all of Sunday all of Monday will be no THC. So Sunday night will be the end of my. Man, I'm gonna get
and the key is not coughing.
Right.
Don't cough.
Yep.
If you do cough, gotta fucking hold a pillow up against your chest.
Yes.
Firmly, but not too tight because we don't want to squish anything.
Wow, this is getting real. It's getting fun. I'm getting
fucking
real
4
excited.
days, bro. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
Oh, I can't wait. We'll do plenty of episodes together. Most likely, you guys will be hearing this while I'm recovering, and we'll film another one after I feel back up to it, and we'll get another episode out so you guys can see how things are going. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok if you want to keep up with the details of the day-to-day closeness. And yeah, that's all I got for you guys. I gotta go freak out. I'm gonna turn this off so you guys are done hearing me ramble about all the things I'm worried about. And we're gonna go smoke, and you have a wonderful evening.
We'll see you in the next one.
And we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.